Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week, Trench Crusade, Yabazi Capitan. That's right. You know what? I try to pick a couple models out of each one, out of each warband to paint. If I painted them all, I'd be here forever. But I do post stuff on my Instagram of the other stuff that I don't paint on the channel, so you can catch that over there. Anyway, I digress. This is going to be a quick little paint. I say that every time, but truly, this is a quick one. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll see you guys in there. The Yabazi Capitan of the Sultanate of the Iron Wall. Man, this guy's pretty cool. When I first saw these guys, I thought that was an eagle. It's actually some kind of harpy. This is so sick. Anyway, let's see. Let me go here. Under the orders of the powerful Pasha or Emir, or even the Sultan himself, the Yabazi assumes the command of an elite squad of warriors to fulfill their task, such as reclaim holy artifacts lost during the catastrophic period of the heretics that took the Levant by storm. Other times, they are told to find and eliminate powerful foes, such as heretic nobles who were once subjects to the Sultan but have turned their backs to Allah. The Yabazi are equipped with superb armor of meteoric iron and the finest carbines gilded with the silver, loaded with alchemical shot. They carry killage swords of the past heroes of the Sultanate, where great deeds of old are inscribed with golden calligraphy. If they serve the sublime gate well, their name and glory will be etched on the blade as well to inspire future generations. There you go. The more I read about these guys, I think they're kind of the good guys. But anyway, that cool little model. What we're going to do here is, I'm going to keep it simple, and I think I'm going to be taking out a dry brush for the metallic. We're going to do gold. He's got this gold armor. I'll show you right over here. You saw a quick glimpse of it in the beginning, but there's the look. You can see it's all gold. His helmet, his armor, his arm, his bracelets or gauntlets. And this is the silver right here, and he's even got some gold etching, like what we just read about in the handle of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some rich gold, and the rich gold we're just going to tab it on there real nice. Actually, I'm going to use a different brush. Hold on, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. What did I do with it? There it is. Actually, I have a dry brush that I've used. I used it in the other videos right here. We're just going to get that metal all over where we need to get it, on his arm, on his feet, and then we're going to call it. For that'll be the base for the armor. All right, let's do it. Alright, there we go. Quick and simple. We used the dry brush, and I started with a base of, nope, I take that back, not a base of that. We started with a base of rich gold, and then I went to bright gold, and then I added just a little bit of this light bronze. And when I did the light bronze, I'm going to use this other brush here, I kind of just did it right here in this area, and you can kind of see it's just that area. And again, we're going to put some wash and some pigment. It's going to cover a lot of this up. But that armor is done. It's pretty much done besides a wash. It doesn't even really need to be touched up. I could come back with some silver and do each one of those little scales just to give it some more flair. But With Trench Crusade, I don't really think we need to go that route. That armor looks terrific. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to. I think I'm going to get a lot of the red work done real quick. Let's move this out of the way real quick. Over here. Zoom out. All right, so on this guy, he has. Let me change brushes here. He's got some red cloth here. He's got red ropes, more of the red. He's got red trim. He's got a red sash. And then down here on right here on this is all going to be a burnt red, and then we'll highlight with red, and also right down the middle here will be burnt red. So we're going to get all of the burnt red, and I believe his his plume is a burnt red, and that's really much it for the red. All of the cloth is going to be red. Oh, I didn't get his feet. I got to do that real quick. All right, so I'm going to knock those feet off camera, and then I'm going to start with the burnt red on the ropes and the cloth. All right, let's do it. I'm going to use dark umber here, and I'm going to use dark umber on the planks and on the handle of the axe there, just so we're not switching between a ton of browns. I'm going to get this on there. Also, right here, this is supposed to be a dagger, but apparently when the print was done, it didn't do the handle. It was kind of all bent over, and it wasn't the hilt like it should be. And same with this should come to a point, but it didn't. So I just kind of made it the best to make it look like a vial of some sort. So we'll just do that, paint it brown, gook it up, and call it a day. Alright, the bare skin underneath is pretty much done. I just did it with that dark umber, and I found some ivory on my palette, and I mixed in a little, just did it twice. And I'm actually, the fur is going to probably be I'm thinking a white, at least on the photo. Let's take a look. Let's look at it together. Yeah, you can see it's white. It's not brown. You can see the brown skin, and then it's got white fur. Yep, it's more like a polar bear or something like that. I like that. So it's going to give this a little bit of color. And what we're going to do for that is we're going to do a base, kind of like we do our skulls. We're going to do a drab brown, and then we're going to do a bone, and then we're going to do an ivory for the highlights. Going for the drab brown. Going for the drab brown. Going for the drab brown. Going for the... Okay, I did the base as usual. I used dark umber and used ivory to highlight it a couple times to bring it out. I used a little bit of the dark silver to do the bolts or whatever, and then I did the grenade. I just threw some metallic on it, and I'll go back. I did the rubber on the cord there. You can barely see it. And usually when I get the pigment and stuff down there, this gets all covered up anyway. But I did throw a little bit of drab brown in between. But again, we're going to fill it up with pigment and some wash. But that's just a quick paint job on the base, just to give it some color here and there. I will do these a quick bronze or copper or brass, the shells that are laying on the ground, but that's about it. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move into the cape. And I'm going to use a little bit of that drab brown, and I'm going to use a little bit of bone mix to give my second highlight, and I'll probably use either the dry brush or this bigger brush here to put that on. All right, let's do it. Alright, there we go. The cape is done. I may put a little bit of wash on that. I may not. I'm not quite sure. I do have to do those claws. I just saw that. So I'll do those with probably maybe a yellow, a dark yellow, just to give it some different color. Maybe. We'll see. But all we have to do now is we need to do the metallic axe. We'd have to highlight the red, fix the handle, and then it's the harpy. And that's about it. And then it's wash and pigments. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and knock the metallic out real quick. We'll be doing dark silver. All right, let's do it. I did a little bit of gold work on the axe. All I did is put a little bit on my brush and just kind of scratch it on there. I did paint the little triangle there. I did paint the two nodes on the bottom right here of this little handle deal, and there's a couple bolts back here and another angle, and I did the bottom. But you know, it doesn't look exactly, it's not exactly where, but it really is a good representation of this axe. Let me zoom out. Oops. That's a pretty good representation. I'm happy with that, with the gold etching and everything. That looks really good. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to, where is it? We should probably get on to that harpy. This guy, pretty wild. It's funny, I thought that was an eagle when I first saw this guy, but it's not. It's some crazy little harpy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the base of the wings this drab brown, and we're going to highlight it with a bit of caramel brown. But with the skin, he's got a face and she's got some breasts showing, it looks like, and some legs. We're going to do rubber and rubber highlight to make it stand out. And I'm going to try and she's got these little crazy eyes, and I think I'm going to make sure that they stand out behind that gray with a little bit of yellow. All right, so let's get on to the drab brown and the caramel brown feathers. All right, let's do it. Base of drab brown. Alright, off camera, I dropped a little bit of white into those eyes right there. Remember I said I was going to make them really bright, vivid yellow? Look at that. I mean, that harpy's scary, right? With those eyes like that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'll probably take just a little bit of fluorescent yellow in a minute, and I'm just going to drop it right in just to cover over that white, just to make it yellow. This guy is pretty much done. All I have to do is just a little bit of spot wash here and there. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see. Just a little bit of spot wash here and there. That harpy's done. Just some wash on the wings, on the edges, and in the crevices, like in the armpits and things like that, just to give it a little bit of contrast, and it's done. And then we will do what I usually do. Let's get my pigments out. I will take my pigments and I will put it all over the bottom and some of the areas. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the wash. A little bit of wash, and we will be using Agrax Earthshade. there you have it, guys. Trench Crusade, Yabazi Captain. Yabazi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure if anybody, if I am or if I'm not, correct me in the comments below. Anyway, what a fun, quick little paint. Man, we did some dry brush and a little bit of paint. This was super easy to do. Man, I love simple models that look terrific at the end. Anyway, I'm digressing a little, but guys, I have more Trench Crusade, but I do need to get to my Krieg models. I really need to get to those soon, and I know that a lot of people have played it out a little bit, but we're going to play it out a little bit more. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel, and I'll catch you next week.